Excited to be here with you for PEGTV Channel 15. We are bringing this broadcast to you live, so if you can't be here on the streets with us, you can watch it from the comforts of your home. Tonight, I'm Stephanie Wilson, and tonight I have with me Thomas Leipold, who is the Executive Director at PEGTV. Tom, it's so fun to be here with you tonight.
Good evening, Stephanie, and it is a tremendous blast to be here with you after so many years of being the camera person to actually be on the air and talk about the floats and the acts and everything and have fun with you. I'm looking forward to it. You want to go through the list of thank yous? Right away?
Let's do that.
I want to give a big thank you to the guys at Comcast Cable that always help us. It's Jeff Senecal, Greg Babcock, and Jeff Bates. I'd like to thank Bendig Paving and Seal Coating for the donation of the flatbed that we need every year. Daniel Appelt is our technical director. Chris McCormick is on camera. Bryn Doan is back operating the switcher. Missy Delahanty is on our roving camera. Amber is taking photography, our Amber Dumas, and Chelsea Tice is monitoring the signal. We'd like to say thank you also to April Chaffee, who organizes all this, which is no easy task, and Andrew Wilson.
Thank you. We'd also love to say thank you to Cindy White, who has given us so many years of service here for the parade in the rec department. Cindy, if you're watching, we're thinking about you tonight.
We are. And the sheriff of Rutland County just went by, gave us a nice wave, followed by the Rutland City Police Department.
There we go, the thin blue line.
Thin blue line. Couldn't do it without them.
Sure could not. It's a beautiful night here tonight in Rutland.
Very nice. There goes Vince, and what's the name of the other crash test dummy? Maybe one of them? One crash test dummy and a bear, maybe.
What a beautiful night here in Rutland. We've got a lot of people out on the streets. I hear there's about 10,000 people in attendance on a typical year here in Rutland.
That wouldn't surprise me tonight because it is a beautiful night. And they did predict kind of nasty weather for tomorrow, so everybody wants to get out.
Absolutely. Well, here comes the Rutland Youth Theater carrying their Halloween banner. And they will be performing Mary Poppins on December 22nd and 23rd at the Paramount Theater. So I hope you will all come and watch that. You get a little preview of it right now. It's pretty professional looking, Tom.
Looks good. Is this where the spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down? Is that where that's from?
I believe it is, yes. And right now they're doing supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. All of those of you at home can try spelling that.
We're also simulcasting live on GNAT, Northshire Access Television tonight, live in 2 counties. Sounded just like the real thing.
It really did. Again, they will be performing Mary Poppins at the Paramount on December 22nd and 23rd. Something to look forward to in the holiday season.
Here comes the VFW, Veterans of Foreign Wars. They're always nice to have them part of the parade. Thank them for their service, of course.
Yes, we do, and it would not be the Halloween parade without them.
Veterans Day just around the corner.
It also would not be the Halloween parade without the Drum Journeys of Earth and the Skellies, who are coming up.
Anybody who's synonymous with the Halloween parade, it's them.
Absolutely. They do such a great job. Very professional. They really add to that Halloween atmosphere.
is winking at you this year.
I like how they're wearing tiaras this year, very sparkly.
I saw one of them earlier carrying a box of pizza, so I think they wanted to put some weight on their bones.
They could use it.
I just need to leave this here.
Okay.
I don't think carry it.
Has the drum journeys reversed increased in numbers, or is that just my imagination? Seems like they got a bigger troop this year.
It seems like they get a little bigger and a little more professional every year, if that's even possible. Look at the little skellies.
That's adorable.
I can only imagine that seeing this group perform makes more and more people want to be involved with it every year.
Well, you can have fun and be incognito at the same time.
Yes. Just a few more little skeleton scragglers there. Some little tiny ones.
Here comes the Rutland City Fire Department. Their theme is the Grinch that stole Christmas.
Aww.
You ever seen that?
I sure have. Only about every year.
Yeah.
You like the old animated version or the Jim Carrey movie?
And because it's a fire department, the role of Max is being played by a Dalmatian.
That is very clever. He's a cute Dalmatian too.
It is cute. How we doing back there? Missy Delahanty out there with the street camera, right next to her husband, Mike Delahanty. Scared me for a second. I thought it was snowing out. It's just confetti.
We certainly have had snow before
Yes,
at
we
this
have.
parade.
And there's the Grinch. They say you wouldn't touch him with a 29.5-foot pole. Is that?
That is right. You know, those firefighters have got to be pretty busy on their day-to-day lives, and to take the time to do something like this is pretty impressive.
That's right. There's not a spot of dirt on any one of those trucks.
They are very well maintained. They take a lot of pride in what they do, and they should. They absolutely should.
Waving to the camera. Familiar faces from the fire department.
The kids must be so excited to see all these big trucks. It's always nice to see them out having fun too, and not out on an actual emergency, you know?
What do you think of the street cam? Do you like it?
Oh, it's really impressive. You know, I feel like PEGTV really amps up the quality of what they offer every single year with the live broadcast.
We wanted to give folks a sense at home of what it's like to be standing right here on the street.
Such a wonderful benefit that if you can't get out to see the parade in person, that you can watch it at home, or if you're in the parade, you can catch it later.
Oh, we'll be playing it again.
And again, and again.
Halloween night, it will be on all night. Very nice.
Kind of like how Hallmark Channel plays Christmas movies from Halloween through New Year's, right? You play the Halloween parade.
That's the benefit of having the parade before Halloween.
Speaking of that, I remember it wasn't that long ago when we would have the parade actually on Halloween, and it affected the attendance a little bit because people had to decide between parties and trick-or-treating and coming to the parade, and it's so perfect having it on the Saturday before Halloween because you can do it all.
You don't have school the next day.
That is right.
I'll let you introduce the first pumpkin princess.
Here we go. This is actually our pumpkin queen.
Oh, there you go.
Long Trail School's Shannon Harrington. She's being driven by Dan Buckley in a 65 Thunderbird convertible. What do you think of that
That's a
car,
nice car
Tom?
and a wonderful pumpkin queen.
She looks lovely. She's heading off the parade for all the pumpkin princesses, and there's her school.
I should have introduced you as the host of the Pumpkin Princess pageant and pet partners.
Oh, well, thank you. It is one of both of those things are just two of my favorite things to do. No doubt about it.
Goes the Long Trail School bus.
And the Long Trail School's theme is Monster Bash.
Whatever happened to my Transylvania twist? It's now the Monster
Nice rendition of that song. My
Nicely
favorite
done.
Halloween song.
Absolutely.
Shakespeare on Main Street looks like it's coming up next. You were better at English than I was.
The theme this year is Something Wicked This Way Comes. The tragic characters of Shakespeare rise from the grave to join the living for a single night of mayhem. Looks pretty dramatic.
British literature was always mayhem for me.
I think we have another pumpkin princess here, Thomas.
This one is from Fairhaven.
This is Gabrielle Ox from Fairhaven Union High School.
She is in a Mustang convertible.
How about that?
It's a good night for convertibles.
It really is. I told the girls to dress warm when they came out for this, but they could practically have shorts and a t-shirt on if they wanted to. This is amazing. This is a song that was played a lot in my house over the years. Scooby-Doo.
Oh, you caught on to that before I did. Yeah, I know there's somebody in your house who used to be a big Scooby-Doo fan.
Yes, still is. At 16 years old, still going strong.
Fairhaven and Scooby-Doo. Let's listen to the band. Next, American Red Cross and their mascot. I believe they call him Bloody.
That's right.
Where would we be without the American Red Cross?
They certainly have been very busy nationwide.
1-800-GIVE. I think I got that number right. You didn't turn around all the way. There's their canteen. It's a 1-800-GIVE-LIFE, I think, maybe. Again, I'd like to thank our viewers from Greater North Shire Access Television, simulcasting the Rutland City Halloween Parade for the first time in history.
That's how big this parade is. People want to broadcast it outside of the viewing area.
Right, yeah.
Everyone wants to get in on this.
It has become something of a mythic proportions.
This parade has been going on since 1960. Think about that.
Episcopal Church with, looks like they got lightsabers from, I don't know, what movie has lightsabers in it? Stuff?
Can only be Star Wars, I'm pretty sure. Coming up, it looks like we have something called Punk in the Park. It's the pirate theme, featuring the Johnny Earthquake Band.
Punk version of Straight Cat Trot? Sounded like the punk version of Straight Cat Trot. I'm not sure.
I think it is.
And that, if I say it correctly, Juice More. Is that how you pronounce that?
I think that's right, Tommy.
Here comes another pumpkin princess. Yeah.
This is Pumpkin Princess Bailey West from Rutland High School.
Another Mustang convertible.
Popular car tonight. Bailey's band is here from Rutland High School.
Krusty's Jailhouse Rock. I wonder if anybody's ever played Jailhouse Rock that close to a police station before.
A bunch of adorable little convicts we have here from Rutland High School. And Stafford Technical Center is coming right up behind them with Mad Max Towing. That's pretty creative. There's their digital arts program.
They got the Mad Max costumes down real good.
They really do. It's impressive. Look what's coming up here, Tom. There's actually a giant monitor.
There you go. Little Otters Wrestling from probably Otter Valley, right?
It's got to be Otter Valley with
Isn't
Little
that your
Otter
alma
Wrestling.
mater?
Actually, it's the Brandon Rec department because it's kids
Okay.
K through 6, but they're little otters, right? They'll be
Right.
big otters someday.
Right. Pretty creative, putting PowerPoint display of their wrestling on the screen.
Yeah, pictures are great. It's really easy to see. Looks great. Nicely done. So tropical out here tonight, Tom. I feel like we should have margaritas with us or something, little umbrella drinks.
Well, maybe if one of the floats goes by, they might hand one off to us.
Usually we get a little lollipop or something.
Speaking of Greg Babcock of Comcast Cable, I believe that's him right there, as part of the coaching staff of the Little Otters. Well, he's pulling double duty tonight. He made sure we got on the air, and he's also in the parade.
Just one of the many volunteers that make this night come together. It's amazing what people put into these floats. I saw John Casella being interviewed the other night on the news, and he was talking about the schedule and what it's like as it gets closer to the parade. You know, people are going to their jobs 6, 7 o'clock in the morning and working till 10, 11 o'clock at night on their floats. It's a lot of work, but they love doing
It's
it.
a lot of work. You can tell by the detail of the floats, it's a lot of work. There goes the little otters.
It's really cute. Be careful, those little otters will take you down.
They will. I only wrestled for like one part of the school year, and it's a very extensive and exhausting process.
Yes. And we have the Rutland County Audubon Society.
Boy, the kids are loving it. Some of our fine feathered friends in the back of that truck.
Absolutely. A few night owls here at our parade.
They got masks on. I don't know who they are.
Good one, Tommy.
You knew it was coming, didn't you?
I did. We've known each other a long time.
Rutland County Parent-Child Center up next. And a trailer full of their folks. Wayne's Body Shop with a very vintage pickup truck.
And what has now become a vintage song when girls just want to have fun.
That's cute. Notice the witches are not in jail and the devils are.
Now we have the Rutland Regional Medical Center.
I think they're doing the Pink the Rink theme.
Pink the Rink will happen in January 26th of 2018. So put that on your calendars. It's a great cause.
Pencil?
I sure did. Yeah. I think I had more than one. I had a collection. It's a good theme.
Here comes Spartan hockey. I think the rink with Spartan hockey jerseys on.
The hospital always does a good job. They have a lot of fun.
Hi guys, happy Halloween!
There's a rule at the parade that if you want to, there's a rule at the parade that if you want to give out candy, you have to actually walk the candy up and put it in someone's hands.
Well, guess what? Some nice lady from Pink the Rink just gave me a bag of M&M's.
I know, and she kind of gave you a nice smile too.
She did.
I didn't get any M&Ms.
Well, you're gonna have to wait because I just put them in my pocket.
I guess there were too many injuries from candy throwing in the
Right,
past.
you don't want kids running out in the street to get it.
Yep.
Because I used to do that.
Oh yeah.
It's the only time you're ever allowed to take candy from strangers. There goes the West Rutland Princess.
The West Rutland High School Pumpkin Princess is Madison McGinnis. She's being driven by Garvey Nissan.
Wave to the camera. comes the Golden Horde.
Pretty big presence for a small school. I tell you, our little high schools in the area are not to be outdone.
They're not. West Rutland is a very talented school. I do the talent show over there occasionally, and the town is filled with talented people.
This must be the Vermont Farmers Market coming up.
Well, you're probably right with that old John Deere tractor heading towards us.
It's a thing of beauty.
It is. We're doing a harvest theme this year, which is quite appropriate.
Absolutely. I tell you that our farmers market in Rutland is certainly an amazing enterprise year-round.
That is quite a cornucopia.
I think today was the last outdoor farmers market, and then they move inside to their indoor location on West Street.
Little Charmers Autism Speaks. And their little car.
And here comes Walmart's entry with Halloween
Oh,
Town.
this would be fun to see.
Walmart is another group that goes all out.
Yes, they do.
This might be my favorite Halloween song.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Cute. They got a little checkered taxi there. Ghost. Here comes a perennial crowd pleaser. Fabian.
They never disappoint.
No, they don't. That's cool. Yeah.
It's awesome.
What amazes me about them is every section of the float seems to be different. It's all the same theme, but every section of the float seems to be different somehow, you know? Like,
And how do they
so
come up with
detailed.
these ideas
I don't
year
know.
after year?
Yeah, it's amazing. They probably start working on it tomorrow.
Quite sure they
Pumpkins
do.
for sale. Look at those cute little pumpkins.
Aww.
That's the other thing I like about them. They always do something for the kids, too. You know?
I'm glad it's warm out tonight for the little pumpkins
Yeah.
in the pumpkin patch.
Good thing all those Draculas weren't near the Red Cross Bloodmobile.
This is Turning Point Center of Rutland. It's a peer support recovery center for people in various stages of recovery. We thank them for what they do in our community.
Very valuable service to our community. the numbers are growing here in the audience. It's like 5 or 6 people deep here on the side.
This must be Phoenix Books. Yep.
You like bookstores, don't you, Steph?
I sure do.
I've been in there a few times.
I sure would like those bookstores to hang in there. They're important to our community. There's our pumpkin princess from Proctor High School. This is Isabel Valerio, looking lovely and waving to the crowd.
I recognize that music.
Willy Wonka's a pretty appropriate theme for Halloween.
Save some room for later, Gustav. Wow, look at the ship in Proctorville on the Chocolate River.
It's a
Remember that?
very good rendition of Willy Wonka and the
Very
Chocolate
nice.
Factory.
Very detailed, impressive. Glad I'm not a judge.
Yes, we have a panel of volunteer judges sitting next to us tonight, and I'm glad we don't have to do their job.
Is one of them the mayor? One of them is the mayor.
Yes, sitting right next to Mayor David Allaire. And his wife Audrey, who was my son's 5th grade teacher back in the day.
Wow.
Still recalls her as one of his favorite teachers of all time.
There goes a scary pumpkin head.
Proctor is still representing here, showing off their beautiful fire trucks
They
as
got
well.
a nice sparkly clean fire truck too.
They sure do.
Fireman's little hayride there.
So these are the Mount Holly snow flyers.
They got little snowmobiles on their float. Because whether you want it or not, winter's right around the corner.
Yes. You always hope for the snowmobilers and skiers that we'll get enough snow to make it worthwhile. It is going to be winter after all.
It is. Mother
So they
Nature's
tell us.
been pushing it to the limit this year, that's for sure.
Yes.
Got a little bit of a lull. I want to go through the thank yous, a couple of them. I want to thank Comcast again, Jeff Senecal, Greg Babcock, and Jeff Bates, and Bendig Paving and Seal and Clothing for the donation in the flatbed. We appreciate it. Who we got next, Jeff?
I'm squinting to read this, Thomas. It looks like it's Mendon Trucking and Excavating. Monster Mash.
Clever little float. we got Raha Hockey coming.
Oh
Trying to
my!
fight off a Tyrannosaurus Rex coming right at us.
We've got a T-Rex coming our way.
Jurassic Hockey.
He could eat a lot of candy with those
Good.
teeth.
I don't think a T-Rex could wear hockey skates though.
That was adorable. Oh. Here we have Boondock Motors.
Nice looking Kenworth right there.
Nice to see an entry from Boondock. Trying to remember if this is a new entry.
That looks like an extension of Raha, I think.
It's like with a truck from Boondock Motors.
Yeah.
That's what's going on here. Still Raha.
Well, here comes the Zamboni.
Yes, this is definitely still Raha.
Glad your husband here. He just recovered some of my papers. A little bit of a gust here going on.
I'm surprised he's still here. I thought he would be over at the viewing party at the barber shop where he likes Star Barber, where they have a little party to watch the parade every time.
There goes
Shout out to them.
Princess. Went by in a jiffy.
Eileen Rounds from Mill River Union High School. Is this still Mill River, Tom?
I think this might be Studio 15, right? Yeah. Studio 15 when the devil went down to Georgia.
Interesting.
Devil got beat by some guy named Johnny that night.
That was one of my favorite songs as a kid.
Boy, these kids got to dance down.
Look at that little girl in her pink cowboy boots.
Did her homework. That's adorable.
Oh, they're do-si-doing.
Yeah.
That's
They said
adorable.
They did their homework.
Must have been a fun excuse to go out and buy a really snazzy pair of cowboy boots. Now I want to get some for my daughter.
Can I steal a water?
Sure, yeah.
So this is the Benson Volunteer Fire Department with their haunted hayride.
Haunted hayrides are always scary.
Wouldn't be Halloween without them. Ooh, scary clowns.
I was just going to say that. Boy, that looks like the real thing. It does. Ah, wow.
Yeah.
If I saw that walking down the street, I would run away.
I am shaking in my boots right now. For all those with a clown phobia, this may be the time to look away. It's very scary. Oh!
No. There you go, Steph. There's your chance. You got candy from a crazy clown.
I got a peppermint from a crazy clown.
A little tribute to Stephen
Can't
King.
say that every day. Yeah, that was terrifying.
That was? I actually was startled.
Take a moment to recover from that. Well, this has to be the Shriners, right? I'm going to let you tell us about this one.
Their mini car, mini motorcycle unit. We all know the great work that the Shriners do. Help kids with mobile disorders, myself included.
You were one of those kids.
I am. I owe them a lot of gratitude. Shriners Hospital, Springfield, Massachusetts.
I'm grateful to them too for everything they do to kids and what they did for you.
Yeah.
Here's Rutland Town School, Octopus's Garden.
Yeah, I bet you've heard this song before.
My son is a huge Beatles fan. Oh yeah, I hear it all the time. It's nice to hear it from this sweet band, Rutland Town School. What a lovely job.
Yeah, great job. FW Web. Haunted Sugar House.
The Bloody Hill Sugar House. Ooh, spooky. What a great theme for Vermont.
That is a great theme for Vermont.
We have another pumpkin princess here, Tom. We have Pulteney High School's Kira Brook. Driven by Chris Book. I wonder if that's her dad.
That is her dad.
Kira Book from Pulteney High School. Oh, she's got the princess wave down.
Rutland High School Encore Theater up next. A Midsummer's Night's Dream. You probably know more about that than I do, Steph.
One of my favorite plays, actually. It actually feels a little bit like a Midsummer's Night Dream.
Yeah, if you
It's pretty balmy out here. Oh, look at the doggy. Looks about as happy to be wearing a costume as just about every dog I ever see wearing a costume.
She's like a dog animal rehab. Fowler Herd? Is that how it's pronounced?
Fowler Herd. They are encouraging folks that if you have a dog who is handicapped, that you don't give up on them, that there's a lot of things that can be done to help them out. As you see here,
Still a man's best friend.
there are things to do to give them back their mobility and their independence. And that's a wonderful thing. So a shout out to Fowler Herd and the work that they do for our animals.
Cute little farmhouse trailer. I think this is Brilliant's coming up next. The police Jeep Ghostbuster combination.
I think I saw the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man go by.
Did. I guess that's why the Ghostbusters are following him. Here come the Girl Scouts.
Gotta love those Girl Scouts. These are the Girl Scouts of West Rutland. And their theme is hippies and girl power.
Look at all the tie-dyes.
They probably made them themselves as one of their craft projects, right?
Could be. I noticed they're not throwing out boxes of cookies.
I could go for some of those right now. What's your favorite Girl Scout cookie?
Thin Mint. I like to mix them up with ice cream.
I like the caramel delights myself. Do you put yours in the freezer, your Thin Mints?
I do.
Or, yeah.
I do. That's not unusual.
Can't believe I didn't know that about you.
Mount St. Joseph Princess staff.
Indeed it is. There's our Mount St. Joseph Princess. And that would be Molly Giancola.
Got quite an entourage following her.
She does. Is that security?
Could be, you know, those princesses need it.
They do. So this is Mount St. Joseph. And their theme is Remember the Titans, which is Coach Hall's favorite movie.
Is that
And
right?
so this is the theme that they're doing this year. Coach Hall does a lot for the school. And he was instrumental in pulling this together. As well as Mr. P, Mr. Papard, the band director. We're going to see my son here pretty soon. Playing.
Nice rendition of the football field.
Looks very nice. I hear that snare drum. That's my son.
Is that your son?
Yeah.
Hope he doesn't start playing Octopus's Garden. There he is.
Wow. Roller skates. MSJ is a small school too. It's nice to see him have such a nice turnout.
Stephen Wilson's a foot taller than the last time I saw him.
If he doesn't stop, he's going to end up in the NBA.
Goes 94.5 to drive. That looks like Uncle Dave behind the wheel.
Radio stations always make a nice appearance at the.
Comes E97. See if I can tell who's behind the wheel. I can't. I don't know. Catamount.
We have
Catamount Radio.
WSYB. Cat Country 105.3. Gotta love that van.
Do have one. Very appropriate. Hey, Stuff-A-Bus. You ever heard of Stuff-A-Bus?
I have heard of Stuff-A-Bus. Stuff-A-Bus is coming up, isn't
It
it?
is. November 9th, 10th, and 11th, I believe.
That's right. We gotta come down to downtown Rutland and stuff that bus. Help make the holiday season a little brighter.
That looks like Terry. Probably is Terry, because I know he's going to be in one of the buses. And here comes the Salvation Army Canteen.
Salvation Army has been part of Stuff-A-Bus and
the
along with the
beginning.
radio station since the very beginning. Trying to think of the year. I believe it would have been 94 or 95.
1995.
Yeah.
That was my first completed project at PEGTV.
1995 was when we had our first Stuff-A-Bus
That's
here in
right.
Rutland.
Monster movie themes.
And that's all seasons DJ and karaoke service. Kind of a music theme coming through here now. DJs and radio stations.
Music and monsters.
Yeah, no shortage of music at this parade. Lots of great music and dancing.
See Jason and Freddy Krueger.
All the classics.
Happy Halloween!
Thank you. There you go, Steph.
Thank you.
More candy from a phantom. Thank you.
Mike Myers. We're not talking about the SNL one.
And even though we know it's all for fun, it's still a little intimidating.
A little freaky, yes. Still got a chill up my spine over that one.
Give him one. Okay. I wanted some candy for the cameraman.
Ooh, little skull chocolates.
I want to stay true to my word, Chris.
We're getting a lot
Put it in
more
my
candy
pocket
this
for you.
year.
There you go. Candy for the cameraman.
Tom, I think we get more candy when we're not sitting inside of that duck blind. People can see
People
us.
can see us. It's because we have a beautiful night tonight. We don't have to worry about the rain until tomorrow.
That's right. Can't
Here
have
comes
rain
Animal
falling.
House.
That's awesome.
Toga party. Remember Dean Warmar at the end of the movie? I hate those guys.
Yes.
That was a nice rendition for Animal House. One of my favorite movies. I think it's the best college movie ever made.
And one that you watch and hope that your own children won't ever act that way.
Right.
These guys are having fun.
Wow, look at how tall that dog is. Straight ahead.
Oh my
Is that a
goodness.
dog or a horse?
I think it's a Great Dane. It is definitely the size of a small horse.
It is. I notice nobody's stopping him from going where he wants to go.
Indeed not. So here comes
Rave.
Rave.
Rutland area vehicle enthusiasts.
Rave does an amazing job giving fundraising and giving money to a number of community organizations every single year.
The amount of time and effort they spend restoring these vehicles, they'll never be junked again.
It's impressive.
Chris McCormack on camera, Daniel Appelt is our technical director, Rin Doan is back at the station on the switcher, Missy Delahanty with our roving camera, Amber Dumas does photography and a judge tonight, Chelsea Tice is watching the signal for us and making sure everything's all right, and April Chaffee is feeding us updates throughout the night.
April Chaffee has been instrumental in pulling all this together. She's done it for a lot of years with Cindy White, who has moved on to a recreation job in Burlington, and but gave so many years of service to us here at our rec department, and certainly for the parade. And now April is doing the same.
Right. Cindy did a lot to make this parade what it is today.
Absolutely.
There's a skeleton in another Mustang. Nice black Mustang.
It is Mustang night.
Here comes an old Chevy pickup, I'm guessing 70s vintage.
That might be my favorite vehicle I've seen tonight.
This pickup right here.
Looks like something my dad used to have.
Okay. That's nice. They did a nice job on that one. It's a newer model.
I might have to go home and find my inhaler after breathing in all these exhaust fumes
They
tonight.
put the pedal to the metal like
They
that.
sure
You get a
do.
blast of it, don't you?
Yes. Well, they got to put on a show, right?
Yeah. Here goes a nice Charger. Lee, is that a Charger? Nice looking Charger.
Tom's RT.
Yeah. Another vintage Mustang.
Day
Very
of the
nice
Dead.
Mustang GT. Here comes a late 70s Camaro with a spider on the hood.
So glad you're here with me to tell me what these cars are. I just think they're really cool looking cars.
Looks like you found that car on the web, Steph.
All right, Tommy. That was a good one. I'll give you that. Oh, look at this. It looks like something from the mob days.
Yeah, it is actually from that vintage.
Look at those tiny little windows. How did they ever see it?
They had tiny ones so they can point their machine guns at them.
Yes.
Here comes an old pickup truck. That's probably late 40s, early 50s, I would guess.
It's a great looking truck.
It is.
Look at the paint job on that.
They're all metal back then.
They don't
Everything.
do paint jobs like that
No, they
anymore.
don't.
As we found out with that big hailstorm.
Yeah.
Boy, this night is flying by, isn't it,
It
Thomas?
really is. There hasn't been really any lulls in the parade at all either. It's packed.
Very well organized, and it just keeps coming.
I make sure I'm on the right page still. I'm enjoying the cars from Rave so much, I'm not even following my notes anymore.
Oh. I know, well... Some of those aren't.
Okay, we did. All right.
All right, what do we have here? Okay, so this is Randolph High School, all the way from Randolph. Isn't that nice that they would come and be part of our
That is
parade?
nice. They did a fantastic job on their flow. Like Pinball Wizard mixed with hot and foreign. Oh, they got a fine wick and everything on there. That's great.
I'm always amazed by the professionalism of this parade. Here we have the American Cancer Society Relay for Life.
Nobody does it like Rutland when it comes to the Halloween parade.
Nobody's more excited about Halloween than Rutland.
It really turned it into a worldwide event. I got an email from South Carolina today, somebody asking me about it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, well now of course people can go online and stream the parade live as well.
I'm
so.
sure there are many folks out there doing that right now, so hello to everybody watching it on PEGTV.com right now.
Yes, hello and thank you for joining us. Thanks to PEGTV for making this event so accessible for folks.
It's big for us too. I refer to it as our Super Bowl.
Absolutely. And if you think about it, there's 10,000 people on the streets watching this, 1,500 people in the parade itself, and then who knows how many are seeing it beyond that.
You're right. Looks like a vintage race car from Governor Scott right there.
How about that?
Here comes the Cars theme. Yeah, you know the name of the pickup truck, right, Chris?
To Mater. That's still Mater. Huh?
I think the cable guy did the voice of that character, didn't he?
He sure did. Oh,
There's a
that's
little
really
stock car.
cool.
Highlighted in green. That is cool.
That is
That
adorable.
is really cool.
Nicely done.
How did the kids think of that? How did they think of it? Look at that. Little tiny cars racing around.
This is from Casella Construction, by the way. I don't know if we mentioned that. And it's on behalf of Wheels for Warmth.
I think that occurred today, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
October 28th, when I say today.
Yes, it did. I believe it went on from early this morning until about noon. So we thank Casella for their involvement in that.
Yeah, Casella does a lot for the community.
They sure
I
do.
don't know how that guy can see where he's going.
And they work very hard on their floats.
They do. Oh, you actually can see out that windshield. Wheels for Warmth, life is a highway.
If our friend Sherry is watching the parade, then Tom and Steph say, "This is your song, Sherry.
Oh, that's right.
We're
I
thinking
forgot
of you.
about that.
Life is a highway." Funny how a song can bring you back to a place and time.
There's Senator Collmore and Larry Coopoli.
Some of our local senators.
Representative. Ryan Collmore makes a cameo on almost everything. Comes the fire truck that looks just like the one from Cars.
It really does. My son was about 5 when the first movie came out, so I sure have seen a lot of the movie Cars. And
You probably know what V8 means then, right? That means you got 8 cylinders on your motor.
I thought you were about to make a joke. I was waiting for the punchline.
Sometimes I'm full of fun facts too.
Okay, it was just a moment of trivia, I see. Yes, that's probably some of the more basic bits of car information I might actually know, but much beyond that, you're going to stump me.
Well, glad I was here to help.
All right, what do we have coming up here?
Norman Bates Motel.
Ooh.
There's spooky music.
The Rutland Historical Society.
Well, it certainly is a historical movie for sure. Boy, that's a spooky one. Well, the Housing Trust of Rutland did that haunted house. That's what that was.
The Housing Trust.
Tim Davison from Historically Speaking going by. There he is. Another staple PEGTV program.
Absolutely.
And there goes, I think his name is Nick Wackett Nick, the squirrel.
Here's our Vermont Progressive Party. We've got room for all of our parties here. This parade is open to everybody.
And it is one big party.
It is one big party. And nobody wants to miss it.
It's true.
Here's the Rotary Club of Rutland, and they tell us that their Christmas trees are arriving soon.
Yeah, and that'll be right in Main Street Park, right? Somewhere thereabouts.
It is certainly a fixture in the holiday season to see the Rotary folks out there selling their trees.
What did I tell you?
I know they sell a lot of them.
And the Rotary does a lot for our community as well. Very active organization.
Yeah, the Christmas tree thing is only one thing of the year that they do.
I'm going to knock you right off that
They
step.
do a lot.
You were such a brat. What's your price? Want a nice office in City Hall? Have a good night, guys.
There's Santa.
Nicely done.
Well, let's get this over with. I have to go down and look over the new year.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Now let's try out the new accent. And remember, it's for
Santa!
and 1 and 2 and 3.
Still get excited when I see Santa.
That's very nice. That actually looks like a, back when they used to decorate malls on the Santa, that looks like
Yes.
a display that you would walk up to as a kid to visit Santa.
I miss
I
that.
do too. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, that'll be on TV soon.
Remember when it used to be on, and if you missed it, you missed it?
And it made you sad.
Oh my goodness, it was the end of your world if you missed Rudolph.
It was. And here's A Nightmare Before Christmas.
This is the Weeblo's Den Pack 120 with a lovely rendition of The Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's another float that
Nicely
looks
done.
just like the real thing.
Sure does.
Boys, we could have a museum somewhere to just keep all these floats. It's a shame to dismantle them. They're
I
wonderful.
know. Like a giant warehouse. Just
Pumpkin head.
Is this the College of St. Joseph. Their theme is Cinderella's Glass Slipper in preparation for their upcoming play at CFJ.
I hope they make it home before midnight.
Yeah, that's right. Turn into a pumpkin. That's right. Here's the bus promoting Stuff a Bus again. And the dates for Stuff a Bus again, Tom?
November 9th through 11th. Over Veterans Day weekend.
Caribou! Where's the caribou? We're gonna change the light bulb! Where's the caribou?
No one would ever think you could turn a bus into a train, but they did it.
So this is the Polar Express from Marble Valley Region Transit District, which is also known as the bus.
There's trouble with their cattle catcher scraping on the ground. I think that's what they call that in the front of the train.
So the bus is a train tonight on Halloween, this time of transformation.
I thought it took a long time for them to do that.
That's
I
a
don't
lot
see
of
one
work.
square inch of this real bus.
You know, they are in full incognito.
That was a good movie too. Polar
Beautiful
Express.
movie. American classic, Coca-Cola.
Story. That's loud enough. Yeah.
Looks like we had a little clearance issue there with the road.
Well, going up to Whale Street, there's a little bit of a pitch.
Hopefully that's okay.
They're making it.
What do we have here? This is
Great
Happy
Pumpkin.
Halloween from So that was the News Story Center and Coca-Cola going through. I think pretty soon we're going to be revealing our mystery jack-o'-lanterns.
Before the parade ends, I want to go through the thank yous again. I want to thank you, Stephanie, for co-hosting with me. It's been a great pleasure.
It's gone by fast.
I want to thank Jeff Senecal, Greg Babcock, and Jeff Bates from Comcast, Bendig Paving and Seal Coating, Chris McCormick, Danielle Pelt, Bryn Doan, Miss Delahanty, Amber Dumas, Chelsea Tice, and April Chaffee, and Andrew Wilson. Thank you all for your help.
Yes, thank you very much. Couldn't do it without all the many hands making light work.
A lot of pumpkins on that float.
This is Killington, of course, the beast of the East,
Giant gorilla.
showing up for us tonight.
That's a nice segue into the mystery jack-o'-lantern.
Absolutely. So
See if you
this
can
is
recognize
exciting.
who that is.
Yes, this is Cindy and Keith White, former Rutland Recreation and Parks Department Superintendent. Hi, Cindy and Keith.
There they are.
Hi. Woo. We
Thank
miss you.
I'm sitting in the spot that Cindy would be sitting in.
That's right. It's so good to see her here. I can't think of anybody more appropriate than she and her husband. With all the work that Cindy did, her husband Keith was right along beside her.
They sure
keeping
were.
things
Yeah.
moving.
Many, many years.
He was
coordinated
up
this.
here blocking off roads and
Yeah.
directing traffic and doing anything that needed to be done. And we thank both of them for all their
do.
years of service.
A lot of history of service there. I think that about does it. There's Rutland City Police following up at the end of the parade. I want to thank them too for providing a bit of security for us tonight.
Keeping everybody safe, because there are a lot of people
That's
out
right.
here tonight.
And I also want to thank my friend Lee Perry, who's also helping us with traffic control.
He's done a fine job of that. Thanks to everyone. Thanks to our judges here at the Halloween parade tonight. They've got a tough job.
We do.
I'm glad I don't have to. I can just sit back and enjoy.
I'm glad it's not me. Thank you everyone for watching PEGTV.
Thank you, Thomas, and thanks for watching. Good night.
I'll see you next year. Happy Halloween.